If I was overweight and trying to lose body fat, I wouldn't worry about cardio. I wouldn't worry about my macros. I would not worry about motivation. I would change the one thing that controls everything, and that's my environment. What's up, chat? I always want to say that. What's up, guys? Mark Delano here, personal trainer, bodybuilder from New York City. Trained over 100 clients, helped them lose body fat. Caught me today on my lunch. If you saw my last video, this is very, very conducive to what I talked about on handful of things, right? About fist size of protein, about a handful of carbohydrates. I think this is brown rice. And I've already eaten some green beans, but it was about a handful of green beans. But also, I love having snacks around. So these Quest protein chips, like obviously they're not Doritos. They're never, you're never gonna match a Dorito. But maybe I'll show you a video. I literally have like 100, I would say about 100 of them, and a bunch of different flavors. And I'll usually have like a bag every day, every other day, but definitely fills the void of just eating a bag of chips. And it also, like I said, it gives me an extra 19 grams of protein with also this almost 40, 30 to 40 grams of protein right here in this meal. So we got a few things to break down today. First one is why environment beats motivation. If you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notes here. I want to make sure that I'm clear and concise and try not to get all over the place because I can do that pretty easily, all right? A cool quote that I heard about your environment and how it is super important is willpower is a short-term friend. Environment is a roommate you can't escape. So making sure that your environment is conducive on the way you want to live and not how you're living, right? Listen, I'm just like the next person. I love junk food. I love sweets. I love candies. I love it all. Donuts, pancakes, burgers, anything that's high caloric or high sugar foods. I love them too. But the big thing that I do, and I make sure, is I don't have them in the house. When I want them, though, I go out and get it. Or I'll stop at the store and like, hey, on Saturday, I want some Oreos or whatever it is. I'll go and buy how much I want to eat for that one time. And shit, if I eat a whole entire fucking sleeve of Oreos, then that's it. But at the same time, I'm not going to have it in the house. Guess what? No matter how fit I am, if you put a pint of ice cream or if you put Oreos in my face or a Swedish fish or something, I'm eating the whole box. I'm eating the whole box. And I consider myself to be pretty damn fit. And this is my profession. So I can't imagine the everyday person trying to restrain themselves when their whole entire house, their whole entire environment is filled with junk food. Change the environment. That is the biggest thing. So you want to make sure, no matter how much motivation you have, if you have junk food all over the place, you're always gonna fall to it, especially after a long day. And it's not a bad thing. I hate when people say that, donuts are bad, this is bad. In moderation, everything is good. Water's bad if you drink too much of it, right? So everything is good in moderation. So for this video, we got 3 parts I want to get through. The first one that I have is kitchen and food setup. I will reference my last video. Protein is God, okay? Protein is literally God, and you should have that prepped or have snacks that all focus on protein. I can go I can give you a big list. You have yogurts, you have these protein chips, protein bars, protein shakes, edamame, what else? Beef jerky, tofu. The list can go on. You should always have your cabinets or refrigerator stocked with protein. And take another step forward. If you know how much protein or you know what meats you like, pre-cook it for a couple of days. So I already have chicken pre-cooked in my fridge, so when I want to make a meal, it's a lot easier. I don't have to wait 20, 30, 40 minutes to cook a chicken after I'm tired after work. It's a lot easier to make a meal once you have the protein source readily available, right? You can heat up rice, those packaged rice, like sweet potatoes already cooked, or get it from the store, Whole Foods. There's so many things that become clearer and easier if the protein source is readily available. No snacks on the counter or out, okay? If you can't keep them or we can't stop buying them, again, environment is everything, make sure they're hidden. Because if they're visible on the counter, if you could see them, easy to reach, especially when you're sitting down, it's easy to just, grab. So no visible snacks in front of your face, unless obviously it's protein heavy or you're gonna actually sit down and have a meal. Pre-portion your fats. Get the sprays, like if you're cooking meats, get the sprays. They're obviously, they say 0, but the longer you hold it, you're gonna get more there's gonna be calories on there. But the oils, if you're free flowing with the oils, the butters, the salad the dressings and stuff like that, those calories add up and they're empty. Fat is 9 grams per 1 calorie, right? Did I say that right? 1 calorie, yeah, one gram of, there you go. 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. Much higher than your carb and protein, which is only 4 calories. So just make sure you pre-portion those out. Don't free solo these, okay? Those calories add up and you're like, I'm so, I don't eat that much, but you're dousing your food in dressings and butter and oils. Like you could easily have a 1,000-calorie meal and there'd be nothing on the plate. You just had a bunch of fat on it. Simplify your meals. Find meals that you like and just set them on repeat. If you're eating 3 meals a day, 4 meals a day, try to set those meals on repeat, because guess what? It's less friction. You know how to, now you have a shopping list week over week that you can consistently use. And it's not like, oh, what am I gonna have for this? Oh, what am I gonna have for this? No, simplify it. I know that seems like a hard task, but if you have a breakfast that you like, guess what? I pretty much eat the same thing every single day. I love all my foods. Everything tastes good, right? So find those meals that you can do consistently, tunnel vision, over and over again, that you are happy with, that taste good, and are nutrient dense. The last thing on this list is only buy fun foods like those Reese's, those whatever it is, popcorn, whatever it is, the fun foods that you're like indulging in. Only buy single serve. I said that a little bit earlier, but when I go out and just buy the serving that I'm gonna actually eat. Single serve, because if you buy the big bag, if you buy the pint, or you buy the tub, you buy this, you buy that, you buy the family size versions, guess what? You're gonna get through it so much more quicker, and you might just not stop eating. Like mindless eating when you're watching TV, like it's so much better to stop when you have a single serving and you're like, ah, shit, I'm done with this, than have a big family size serving and you're trying to restrain yourself like, oh, I think that was a serving, or oh, I need to stop doing this, and you just keep digging in. The worst one is those Charles mix, man. You could get to the bottom of that bag and you've hit thousands of calories and you're still hungry. So again, only buy single serve. Part 2 is your social and digital environment. Unfollow fitness noise that confuse you, okay? The problem with the fitness industry is so saturated that you could follow 10 different people and each of them have 10 different opinions. Stop following things that are conflicting, because guess what? You're just gonna go into a spiral. You're gonna think, oh, I should do a carnivore diet. Oh, I should do keto. Oh, I should do this. Oh, I should that, blah, 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 blah. Like there's so many things that you think you can do, and there's so much noise. There's too much information out there. Start unfollowing people. Get rid of it. Share your goals with your friends. Let them know that you're really trying to accomplish something, because guess what? A support system with your family and friends, they might help you. They might send you things. They might, give you reasons to continue on, but also set boundaries, right? You don't want them to keep throwing their vision or their version of what they think you should be doing. Remember, this is about you, not them. Set boundaries. I gotta pause here. I'm eating. I forgot to eat. Oh my God. I'm talking so much in this video, I'm forgetting to eat. Lastly, create a 1-hour window to meal prep. Doesn't have to be this extravagant thing, but whether that's restock on your protein snacks, prep your meats, go shopping, whatever it is, try to at least 1 hour a week, and you can call it your reset hour. Whatever that is, try to give yourself at least an hour a week. 1 hour is all I'm asking. Try to focus only on the nutrition for the week. And I'll leave you with this on this topic. If your feed is just a bunch of shredded, hot, good-looking people, that's not gonna motivate you, right? So you need to follow people that, not necessarily they don't need to look like you, but are on the same goals, or are speaking to what you're trying to accomplish, and not how to get shredded in 60 days or 10-minute, whatever it is, whatever the goal is, follow people in a similar path or are speaking to you. You are the most important. Remember that. Part 3, your routine and movement environment. This is another one that is big, and I'm not talking about workouts, right? There's a thing called NEAT. I'm not gonna go too far into it. I'm sure you've heard of it, but it's like things that you do, whether it's gardening, fidgeting, walking, just things that you could just, literally the word movement, just moving around, moving the body, right? I'm not talking about a strenuous exercise. I'm not talking about sprints. I'm just talking about moving your body. We need to change that environment. Make this a little ASMR. It's definitely hot and spicy. Almost like it has that like peppery taste, a hot pepper taste, but an undertone of like very faint Dorito. Yeah, you slap. So this is the beginning, right, of your journey. So the only thing that I would tell you to do is do some walking, do more movement, standing up, if you sit at a desk all day. So to start this routine, set timers. Timers are great because it gives you a goal and it gives you an end time. Leave your shoes at the door, or if you're gonna walk the dog, whatever, set a timer. Be like, I'm gonna go for 30 minutes, I'm gonna go for 20 minutes, I'm gonna go 15 minutes, because then you can structure it to be like, okay, I'm only going for this long. Once I'm done, right? Because if you're just like, oh, I'll walk today, one, you don't know how much time, you don't know how much time you're gonna allot to. One, you might walk too far, it might be so always plan it and put it into your calendar. Make it a priority. Set it into your calendar. I'm walking 20 minutes, 7 a.m., whatever it is, outside, when I walk the dog. Leave the walking shoes by the door the night before, so it's already there. You can get into that routine where now it becomes every single day. Just like going back to your reset hour, set it on the calendar, put it on that calendar, so you don't forget. It's a week away. When that time hits, just do it, all right? It needs to just be simple. Simplify everything. Another one is carry your water bottle. Always have it in your hand. Make it a priority to have your water bottle in your hand, because you got to drink water. It's very important. Our body is made up of so much water. Make sure you're carrying a water bottle around. Always have portable protein in your bag. If there's nothing else, make sure when you take from this section, always have a protein snack readily in your bag, just in case you get caught up at work, can't leave your desk, something happens, you at least have something to satiate you for a couple of hours to get out of that pinch before your next meal. You don't need the gym right away. You just need momentum. Get the momentum going. Once you got those training wheels going and once they're moving, you can take those training wheels off. You can start going to the gym. We can start doing other things, focusing, right? It's the nutrition first. And then this video spoke to your environment, changing your environment, changing your habits, making sure that you know what's going on, be aware of it. Start, journaling. You know what I mean? Journaling. When I sit down, I like to, have a bag of chips. Well, instead of the bag of chips, change it to Quest chips, right? Change it to the Quest chips. If you like chips while you're watching a TV show, make it protein chips. Why not? They're not going to taste that great, but, they're not going to taste as great as the chips you're having, obviously, but at least the routine's the same, but now you're getting 20 grams of protein. Start doing those little things, very, very little. It doesn't need to be massive changes. Too many times do I see people trying to make massive changes, going to the gym, killing yourself, 7 days a week. And guess what? They burn out in 1 to 2 weeks, and then they're back in their old cycle. It's all about small changes. Again, there's a long game. You want to live forever. That is the goal, to live forever. If you can't take anything from my page, my goal here is I want to live to 130 years old. The only way you're going to do that, starting off with your nutrition. You need to know your body. You need to know how your body operates. You need to know what you like. You need to know what food is going in and out of your body. It is the most important aspect of this whole entire thing. So quick recap, fix your kitchen, fix your digital and social feeds, and fix your daily flow. Do that and your body will catch up. It's funny, when I was a kid, I didn't know much about macros and nutrition or anything like that, and I was a little overweight as a child, and I literally thought that tuna and spinach was the way to get fit. So I just ate tuna and spinach like a couple times a day, like tuna and spinach for lunch. I think I ate, tuna on bread for dinner. I think that was it. I lost weight for sure because I was in a calorie deficit, but the fact that like no one teaches you these things, and it's hard with, again, keep saying this, I feel like I'm a broken record, all the noise out there, we have to shut it off. Quiet your mind, laser focus on one thing, and that is how you're gonna reach the ultimate goal. Brick by brick. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want any more videos like this, let me know. If you have any questions, if you need help, I'm here. I wanna find my community. I want to help you help yourself. So reach out, ask me anything you want. Hope this helps. That's it. Fit from scratch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.